Richard Madeley furiously took down former Green Party leader Natalie Bennett on Monday's Good Morning Britain as the climate activist defended the ongoing protests which are leading to traffic chaos and putting lives at risk. With climate activists continuing to cause traffic disruptions following a week of M25 protests, Richard Madeley and Susanna Reid welcomed former Green Party leader Natalie Bennett onto the ITV show on Monday to discuss the impact these stunts were having on the public. Outlining the devastating consequences of the protests, Richard recalled a story he heard from an LBC caller in which their trip to the hospital was delayed by several hours because of the demonstrations, leading to paralysis for the caller in question's mother. But as Natalie offered her sympathies for the caller, Richard snapped. Susanna teed up the discussion, saying to Natalie, if Chris, the LBC caller, got his mum to hospital in an hour and a half, and he wanted to go because he was worried about an ambulance, she could have been protected. Instead, he was there for 6 hours, she continued before Richard chipped in, paralyzed, shush is paralyzed. How is that helping? Susanna then probed as the former Green Party leader tried to offer her sympathies. I, of course, have the greatest sympathy for Chris and his mum, Natalie said. And I do wish him and his mum all the very best. But Richard promptly cut Natalie off, launching into a furious rant at her response. Big deal, that's not helping him, is it? He grilled. She's paralyzed because she was stuck in traffic for 6 hours when she should have been in hospital getting blood thinners, and you offer your sympathies. I don't think they want your sympathies, they want you to explain why you think it's reasonable to do that to another human being in the cause of what you regard as for the greater good. And I have to say, what comes off for the people who are sitting on these motorways is a stench of self-satisfaction and a complete ignorance of the pain and suffering and risk to life that their self-satisfaction is causing. I don't think the people who are suffering want your sympathy, I think they want you to wake up and see what it is you're doing to private individuals. Natalie eventually hit back, well, I was actually live on LBC on Wednesday morning and I was listening to some of the people that were affected there. And one of them was a pharmacist who was concerned he wasn't able to open his pharmacy, but he said, I'm angry about this, but I also understand this is a climate emergency and you need to act. But Richard quickly intervened again, snapping, what about the woman who was paralyzed? I don't really care about the pharmacist who gets the point, let's come back to that clip. Susanna also hit back at Natalie, unless you were somebody who wanted and needed to get your medication very urgently from your pharmacy that morning. And the debate certainly sparked vision among ITV viewers too. Agreeing with Richard, Christopher said on Twitter, this woman along with the rest of these activists are a damn disgrace. #GMB. But Welshlady68 argued, however, who does Richard think he is? Seriously, such poor interviewing again by him and Susanna. Back to BBC, much better show and presenters. Twitter user at MyThoughts96, get them moved. Police need the backing to do so, don't want to be seen to be heavy-handed and reprimanded for it. All for trying to change but protest where you don't block others' lives.